Hi everyone. I'm just making a video about this head swap that I'm doing. It's F22B dual overhead cam cylinder head from Japan. Here's the valve cover, silver. It's not black. It's just like the H23 non-VTEC, but it's got the same millimeter bore as my my engine, my F22A, 85 millimeters. Here's it right here. I got this from JDM Depot, a seller used JDM from New Jersey, and it came without the cam caps in the rocker arms. The rocker arms are in here. But what I did was I bought a used H23 cylinder head because the H23 and the F22B dual overhead cam, they share the same valve train parts. Okay, so what I did is I took these cam caps in the rocker arms, and I'm going to use those on here. As you can see, they're installed. I've installed them. I was playing with it, and it seemed that it's not binding or anything. The exhaust cam seemed like it was a little bit binding, but I don't know. I didn't use a torque wrench, and also there could be rust on this camshaft, like making it bind a little bit. But this intake side seems really good. 'Cause I know a lot of people were saying that it might be a bad idea to use different cam caps from a different cylinder head, but I mean, because it may be oval or out of round or egg shaped or whatever. Personally I think, I don't know about that. I think I've heard differently. I've heard people say that it's fine to use different cam caps, and and that it's not a big deal. You can use them. It's bullshit. So here I am right here with these cam caps from the H23. I got this from Maryland, actually, from a tuner. It's called AbsolutePerformance.com. It's on Craigslist. I got this for $130. It also is a JDM head. He said it's got like 50,000 miles on it, so it's got good valves on it. All the valves are perfect. It's missing some keepers from this valve somehow. I don't know, and it's missing. The only thing was missing was one of these bolts. This bolt right here. I had to use a longer one, and I tried to use some washers, but apparently the valve cover doesn't want to come on unless you got a flat bolt that goes down. Shorter bolt, so I'm gonna have to get a shorter bolt. I can't use this even with the nuts on it. But this cylinder head I just bought new. Valve stem seals. These are SuperTech, I think. Yeah, there were two bent valves. There's all the valves and the springs. The gear that I have to use for the crank pulley. And the Goodyear belt. I bought a Goodyear belt from an '88 Dodge Caravan, because that's what people were saying that I had to use. The belt seems okay. It seems like it was very cheap. It was like $7 for this thing on eBay. It seems like it's not that old. It seems you can still smell the rubber. To me, it just seems like it's hard. I think that's how Goodyear belts are supposed to be. They're supposed to be like hard rubber, vulcanized or whatever. But yeah. This is the belt. It's from an '88 Caravan, 126 teeth. So people said that's what you got to use for this, or you can use like a GSR belt or an H23 belt. The H23 belts. The reason I didn't use the H23 belt is because it's long, and the reason I didn't use the GSR belt is because it's wider, and that would be rubbing against your tensioner if I use that. So hopefully this Goodyear belt just works out. It should. But there's not too much more work that needs to be done on this. to make it work. I just hope. I mean, those cam caps should work. It shouldn't. We shouldn't get any snapped camshafts or having any oil starvation issues. I mean, it shouldn't be like it shouldn't. That shouldn't be an issue. But looking at the bottom of the head, I took all the valves removed. Obviously, there's only one thing that's the problem. Is this thing needs to be resurfaced, and there's a little nick. You can see that it was probably from shipping, and people were not too careful, and they didn't take enough care, and they damaged it on the bottom here, and a little bit over here too, and a little bit. Where is it? A little bit. I can't seem to find it. Right there. It's chipped a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have someone just TIG weld it up. Just weld it, and then I'm going to take it to a machinist to resurface it. So, shouldn't be a big deal. This head cost me, it wasn't that expensive. It was like it was $90 shipping with, it was $190, but, $90 shipping, and $100, no, $90 for shipping and $100 for the head, because it didn't come with the cam caps. It was originally $150, but the guy reduced it to $100. And then eventually what happened was, when I found out I had 2 bent valves, and that it was missing, it had these chips on the bottom. I asked the guys if they would give me a partial refund, and I said $40, and they agreed, and I got $40 back. So it was $150 total. Not a bad. But what I'm gonna do with this head right here, I think, is I'm gonna sell it. Hopefully someone, sell it. It's an H23 head. I don't know what I could do with this. I really don't have any. But anyways, this is the F22B. It's a dual overhead cam. What we're trying to do with this swap is go from single overhead cam to dual overhead cam with one engine swap. See, I gotta replace the head gasket on my my F series, my F22, because it's got a blown head gasket. And the only reason that I decided to do this in the first place was because I gotta take the head off anyways. Why not swap the head to a dual overhead cam? So here I am with this head. It's pretty lucky finding, because these are pretty rare. You don't find the heads by themselves. You usually find them the complete engines. S22B, which came in the Prelude SI in Japan. So you don't find them by themselves. People don't just take the heads off and put them on different engines. They take the whole engine and use that. But as you can look right here, this head gasket. What's so perfect about this swap? What's so cool is that this head gasket from my engine is the exact same millimeter bore. It's the exact same head gasket. Lines up perfectly. It's F series dual overhead cam. So it mates perfectly under the F series F22A block. So that's pretty cool. And that's pretty much the reason why I want to do this in the first place, because this cylinder head, it's very similar to this one. The only difference is this cylinder head has an 87 millimeter bore, and the head gasket is not the same. You have to put Honda Bond in one of the oil return passages. in order to use this, and you have to use an 86mm head gasket, which I don't find too appealing. But anyways, I'll keep you updated on this. Make another video when we're ready to do this swap, this head swap. With these, might have a machinist check, just double check. Tell let me know what's up with these, with using different cam caps, because I mean I've heard mixed views on this. Some people say you can't use it. You're gonna mess everything up. You're gonna break your cam. But I don't tend to believe everything I read on the internet, even if it's so-called common knowledge. I mean, these people can just. I mean, personally, I thought it was just a myth. I was like, people, they don't even really have proof of what they're saying. They just say it. They just say what other people have said, and they've been told and conditioned to believe. And I don't do that. I don't believe everything I hear people tell me. I think it could be one of those myths. But that's that's what I think. But anyways, you can think something else if you want. But yeah, all I gotta do is try this out. But anyways, I'll let you guys know how this goes. So it's the once again, it's the F22A single overhead cam to F22B dual overhead cams head swap, cylinder head swap.